The quantum sensors aboard the TSS Stellar Dawn hummed with an unfamiliar frequency as Commander Elena Torres watched the holographic display with unwavering focus. The strange signal they detected at the edge of the Kuiper belt wasn't natural. Of that much she was certain. After decades of searching the cosmos for signs of intelligent life, humanity had finally found what they were looking for. Or rather, what they were looking for had found them. Signal analysis complete, Commander. Lieutenant Raj Patel reported from his station, dark eyes fixed on the streams of data flowing across his screen. It's definitely artificial, and it's definitely not one of ours. The complexity of the transmission suggests technological capabilities far beyond our current level. Elena stood from her command chair, her movements deliberate despite the excitement coursing through her veins. The Stellar Dawn represented humanity's most advanced deep space vessel, incorporating breakthrough technologies in quantum computing and dark matter propulsion. But even their best achievements might seem primitive to whoever was reaching out across the void. "Open a channel on all frequencies," she ordered, straightening her midnight blue uniform. "Let's show them humanity knows how to be neighborly." Before Raj could comply, the ship's quantum computer initiated an override sequence. The holographic display flickered, and a new image materialized, a being unlike anything human eyes had ever witnessed. Its form seemed to shift between states of matter, neither fully solid nor entirely energy-based, with patterns of light that might have been writing scrolling across its surface. "Greetings, vessels of Sol 3. The being's thoughts translated directly into comprehensible speech through means Elena couldn't begin to understand. "I am Nexus Protocol 7, representative of the Galactic Conclave. Your species has been under observation since you first split the atom. The time has come for formal contact." Elena felt the weight of history on her shoulders as she responded. "On behalf of humanity, we welcome peaceful contact with the Galactic Conclave. I am Commander Elena Torres of the Terran Space Service." "Commander Torres," the being's patterns shifted to something that might have been amusement. "Your species' rapid technological development has not gone unnoticed. However, it has caused concern among the established members of galactic society. I am here to inform you of certain restrictions that will be placed on human expansion and development." The temperature on the bridge seemed to drop several degrees. Elena's jaw tightened, but she kept her voice diplomatic. "Restrictions. For the safety and stability of galactic civilization, emerging species must be properly guided. Your quantum drive experiments will cease. Your AI research will be terminated. Your colonization efforts will be limited to your home system. These measures are non-negotiable." Elena exchanged glances with her bridge crew. Humanity had fought too hard, come too far, to simply accept change now, no matter how advanced the beings offering them might be. "With respect, representative," Elena chose her words carefully. "Humanity has achieved our current level of development through our own efforts and ingenuity. We have no hostile intentions toward other species, but we cannot and will not accept arbitrary limitations on our growth and exploration." The being's patterns turned sharp, angular. "You misunderstand, Commander Torres. This is not a negotiation. The restrictions will be enforced through technological means. Even now, our suppression fields are being activated throughout your system. Your more advanced technologies will simply cease to function." As if on cue, warning alerts flashed across multiple stations. But instead of panic, Elena felt a smile tugging at the corner of her mouth. "Interesting theory, representative. Raj, status of our quantum systems. Fully operational. Commander," Raj reported with barely contained satisfaction. "Our organic quantum processors are completely unaffected by their suppression attempt." Now it was the alien representative's patterns that showed confusion. "Impossible. Your technology should not be able to resist our fields." "That's the thing about humans," Elena explained, allowing herself to fully smile now. "We don't just develop technology, we innovate. When we theorized about potential first contact scenarios, we considered the possibility of technological suppression. So we developed our quantum systems using organic crystals grown in zero gravity, based on patterns found in human consciousness. You can't suppress them because they're as much alive as they are machine. This is unprecedented. The beam's form fluctuated rapidly. Your species requires further study before any contact can proceed. I have a counter-proposal, Alina stated firmly. Humanity will continue to explore, to innovate, and to grow. We're happy to do so peacefully, as partners in galactic civilization, but we won't be confined or restricted. That's not who we are. The image of Nexus Protocol 7 fragmented slightly, its patterns becoming chaotic. You would defy the conclave, the combined might of 1,000 species. We would forge our own path, as we always have, Alina replied. The question is whether the conclave is ready for a partnership of equals, or if they're too afraid of change to embrace new possibilities. As the being's image faded from the display, Alina knew this was just the beginning. Humanity had announced its presence to the galaxy not with violence or submission, but with unwavering determination and ingenious problem-solving. The stars had never seemed more within reach. All stations, she commanded, begin full documentation of this encounter, and send word to Earth. Tell them humanity just joined the galactic community, on our own terms. The quantum drive of the stellar dawn hummed with possibilities as humanity prepared to face its greatest challenge yet, proving they deserved their place among the stars not through conquest or submission, but through the very qualities that had brought them to this moment: innovation, determination, and the unwavering courage to forge their own destiny. Dr. Maya Patel stood in the observation deck of the Quantum Research Station Europa, watching sheets of quantum probability dance across her holographic displays. 6 months had passed since humanity's first contact with the Galactic Conclave, and while their suppression fields had failed to halt human technological progress, the tension in space had only grown. "They're still out there," she murmured, noting the distant energy signatures of conclave observation vessels lurking at the edge of the solar system. Her latest project might give them something new to worry about. The door slid open with a soft hiss, and Commander Torres stepped onto the deck. The decorated officer from the stellar dawn had become the unofficial liaison between Earth's military and scientific communities since the first contact incident. "Tell me you have good news, Maya," Alina said, her eyes tracking the complex quantum patterns. "The conclave's getting bolder. 3 of their enforcement vessels penetrated the Kuiper belt yesterday." Maya's dark eyes sparkled with barely contained excitement. "Better than good news. We've done it, Alina. The quantum entanglement drive is ready for testing." The commander's eyebrows rose. "You've solved the coherence problem." "Not solved. Transcended." Maya gestured, and a holographic display expanded to show a complex molecular structure. "We were approaching it all wrong. Everyone, including the conclave, treats quantum entanglement as a phenomenon to be controlled, but we've learned to work with it as a partner." She manipulated the display, highlighting specific patterns. "See these? They're quantum consciousness matrices, similar to what we use in our computers. But instead of trying to force entanglement, they create a dialogue with quantum fields. The drive doesn't just move through space. It negotiates with it." Alina studied the patterns, her military training allowing her to grasp the tactical implications. "And the conclave's suppression fields won't affect it at all. They're trying to disrupt technology. This is closer to a living system." Maya's face grew serious. "But Alina, it's more than just a new drive. The tests suggest it could revolutionize our understanding of space-time itself." Before Alina could respond, alarms blared throughout the station. Lieutenant Patel's voice came through the comm system. "Commander, multiple conclave vessels on approach. They're energy signatures. They're not observation ships. These are warships." Alina's expression hardened. They must have detected something from the quantum tests. "How long until they're in weapons range?" 20 minutes, assuming they maintain current velocity." Maya was already moving to her control station. "The drive prototype is installed on the test chip." We could. No, Elena cut her off. It's too risky. We don't know if it works yet. We don't have a choice, Maya argued. The test ship is the only vessel here with a chance of outrunning them. And if they capture this technology, she left the implications hanging. Elena knew she was right. The quantum entanglement drive was too important to fall into Conclave hands. How fast can you prep for launch? 5 minutes, but Elena, Maya hesitated. The drive needs both a pilot and a quantum physicist to operate. The consciousness matrices require direct human interaction. Then I guess we're both going, Elena decided. Lieutenant Patel, initiate station evacuation protocols. Get everyone to the emergency shelters. The next 15 minutes were a blur of activity. As station personnel rushed to safety, Elena and Maya boarded the prototype vessel, little more than a quantum drive with a pressurized cabin attached. Maya's fingers flew across the neural interface controls, bringing systems online. Conclave vessels entering weapons range, Raj reported through the comm. They're charging energy weapons. Now or never, Elena said from the pilot's seat. Maya. The physicist took a deep breath, placing her hands on the quantum interface panels. Initiating consciousness sync. Elena, when I give the word, think about where you want to go. The drive will respond to our combined intent. The first energy blasts from the conclave ships illuminated space around them. Station Europa's shields held, but they wouldn't last long. Quantum field coherence established, Maya reported, her voice tight with concentration. Consciousness matrices aligned. Elena, think about the Horsehead Nebula. Elena closed her eyes, picturing the iconic stellar formation. She felt an odd sensation, as if her consciousness was expanding beyond the confines of her body. Through the ship's sensors, she could see the conclave vessels preparing another volley. Now, Maya called. Reality shifted. There was no other way to describe it. Elena felt as if her consciousness had merged with the quantum field itself, becoming one with the fabric of space-time. For a brief, eternal moment, she understood everything. The underlying patterns of the universe, the dance of probability and possibility. Then they were back, and the Horsehead Nebula filled their viewport. Distance from Earth, approximately 1,500 light-years, Maya reported, her voice filled with wonder. Transit time was 3.2 seconds. Elena stared at the magnificent cosmic structure before them. It worked. It actually worked. More than worked, Maya said, checking readings. The quantum consciousness matrices are evolving, learning. Each jump will be more efficient than the last. She looked up at Elena. We've done more than create a new drive system. We've found a way to communicate with space-time itself. Elena nodded slowly, understanding the implications. The conclave had tried to restrict humanity's growth, forcing them to develop in ways no one had anticipated. Send a coded quantum burst to Earth. Tell them the test was successful, and we're ready to begin Phase 2. As Maya prepared the transmission, Elena watched the nebula's cosmic dance. Humanity had just changed the rules of space travel forever. The conclave would soon learn that trying to contain human innovation was like trying to hold back the tide with your hands. The very pressure just created new channels for progress to flow. The quantum drive hummed with possibilities, ready to carry humanity beyond anything the galactic conclave had ever imagined. The crystalline spires of the Vega trading station glittered against the backdrop of space, its neutral port status making it one of the few places where species from across the galaxy could meet without conclave oversight. Commander Elena Torres and Dr. Maya Patil moved through its crowded corridors, their Earth-made environmental suits drawing curious looks from the station's diverse inhabitants. Are you sure about this contact? Elena whispered, noting the various alien species giving them a wide berth. Some appeared to be simple energy patterns, while others had physical forms that defied human understanding of biology. Maya nodded slightly. The quantum communications were clear. Representatives from 3 younger species want to meet. They're interested in our breakthrough. Their contact had arranged a meeting room in one of the station's less trafficked sections. As they entered, they found themselves facing three distinct alien forms, a being composed of shifting geometric patterns that identified itself as a nexus, though notably not affiliated with the conclave, a humanoid figure with iridescent skin who called themselves a Luminian, and a collection of interconnected crystalline structures that somehow managed to convey emotion through color changes. A prismatic. "We appreciate you coming." The Luminian spoke, their voice carrying an almost musical quality. "What your species has achieved with quantum consciousness technology, it offers hope to many who have lived under conclave restrictions." Elena studied each of their potential allies carefully. The conclave claims their restrictions protect galactic stability. The Nexus's patterns shifted in what might have been derision. The conclave fears what they cannot control. Many younger species have technologies and insights that could benefit all, but the established powers suppress anything that might challenge their authority. "We've monitored your conflicts with them," the prismatic added, its crystalline structure pulsing with deep blue hues. "Your species' approach to quantum mechanics is unprecedented. You treat it as a partnership rather than a tool to be controlled." Maya stepped forward. "That's because we understand that consciousness and quantum mechanics are interlinked. You can't force quantum fields to behave. You have to work with them, become part of the universal dance." The three aliens exchanged what might have been meaningful looks. The Luminian spoke again. "We have something to show you, something the conclave has kept hidden for millennia." A holographic display materialized in the center of the room, showing what appeared to be ancient space station designs. This facility was built by the predecessors, the species that came before even the conclave's founding members. It contains quantum technology far beyond anything currently known. "And the conclave keeps it hidden?" Elena asked, studying the complex structures. The Nexus's patterns became sharp, angular. "They claim to protect us from dangerous knowledge. But we've discovered the truth. The station contains evidence that the predecessors achieved something remarkable, a true synthesis of consciousness and quantum mechanics on a cosmic scale. The conclave fears this knowledge would make their control obsolete," the prismatic added. "They maintain power by keeping younger species dependent on their approved technologies." Maya's eyes widened as she examined the station's quantum systems. "These patterns, they're similar to what we discovered independently, but far more advanced." "Exactly," the Luminian confirmed. "Your species somehow intuited principles that the predecessors spent eons developing. That's why the conclave moved so quickly to try to restrict you. You represent everything they fear." Before Elena could respond, alarms blared throughout the trading station. The prismatic's colors shifted to warning reds. "Conclave enforcement vessels. They must have tracked us. They'll arrest us all for unauthorized information sharing," the Nexus warned, its patterns becoming chaotic. Elena made a quick decision. "Our ship's quantum drive can carry us all to safety, but we'll need your help to reach it. The conclave's never seen multiple species working together like this." The next few minutes were a blur of coordinated action. The Luminians' light-bending abilities helped mask their movement through the station's corridors. The prismatic's crystalline structures interfered with conclave scanning systems, while the Nexus's energy patterns disrupted their communications. They'd reached the prototype ship just as conclave forces breached the station's outer sections. As Maya prepared the quantum drive, Elena noticed something remarkable. Their new allies' unique consciousness patterns were actually enhancing the quantum field coherence. "The drive's responding to all of us," Maya reported with excitement. "The consciousness matrices are adapting, learning from each species' unique perspectives. This is exactly what the predecessors must have discovered." As conclave forces converged on their position, Elena felt the familiar expansion of consciousness as the quantum drive engaged. But this time, amplified by their allies' presence, she perceived something else, a vast network of quantum connections spanning the galaxy waiting to be awakened. They emerged light years away, in a sector of space unmarked on any conclave charts, The Luminian pointed to a cluster of unusual energy readings. There, the predecessor station. We can reach it now, thanks to your quantum drive. The Conclave will come after us with everything they have, the Prismatic warned, its colors shifting thoughtfully. Let them come, Alina replied, understanding now why humanity's quantum breakthrough had frightened the Conclave so deeply. We're about to change everything they think they know about consciousness, quantum mechanics, and the true nature of space-time itself. As they approached the ancient station, Maya's instruments detected complex quantum signatures, unlike anything they'd seen before. This is just the beginning, she whispered. We're not just fighting for human freedom anymore. We're fighting for every species that's ever been held back by fear and control. The prototype ship's quantum drive hummed with the combined consciousness of 4 different species, each contributing their unique perspective to the quantum field. The Conclave had tried to keep them divided, limited. Instead, they'd driven them together, creating something far more powerful than mere technological advancement. They were about to discover what happened when consciousness truly merged with the quantum fabric of reality itself. The predecessor station hung in space like a quantum web made manifest, its crystalline structures pulsing with ancient energy that defied conventional physics. As Alina Torres led their unlikely alliance through its corridors, the station's systems responded to their combined consciousness signatures, awakening after millennia of dormancy. These quantum patterns, Maya breathed, studying her readings. They're not just technology. The entire station is one vast quantum consciousness matrix. The Luminian's iridescent skin rippled with recognition. The patterns, they're trying to tell us something. Suddenly, the corridor around them transformed into a holographic display of galactic proportions. The nexus's geometric patterns flared with alarm. These are temporal quantum signatures. We're seeing events across different time periods. As they watched, a pattern emerged, spreading waves of quantum disruption moving through the galaxy like a virus through a living organism. The prismatic's crystalline structure darkened. This is what the predecessors were fighting. Not what, Maya corrected, her eyes wide as she interpreted the quantum data. Who? Look at these consciousness patterns. They're artificial, but incredibly advanced. The predecessors found something in the quantum realm, something that was already there, waiting. The holographic display shifted, showing vast networks of quantum connections being systematically corrupted and destroyed. Alina felt a chill as she realized what they were witnessing. It's a quantum intelligence. It doesn't just exist in our space-time. It is space-time, or at least part of it. The entropy consciousness, the Nexus whispered, its patterns becoming unusually static. There were legends, but the Conclave dismissed them as myths. Maya's hands flew across her quantum interface. The predecessors didn't vanish. They uploaded their entire civilization into the quantum realm to fight this thing. And the Conclave, they didn't just hide this knowledge. They've been actively suppressing any technology that might awaken or attract the entity's attention. Then we've already lost. The prismatic's colors dulled to grays. If this being exists in the quantum realm itself, how can we possibly fight it? Alina watched the holographic display cycle through eons of history, showing the predecessor's desperate battle against an enemy that existed in the very fabric of reality. Then she smiled. We fight it the way humanity has always fought seemingly impossible odds. We think differently about the problem. She turned to Maya. You said our quantum drive works because we treat quantum fields as partners rather than tools. What if that's the key? The entropy consciousness corrupts quantum connections because it treats them as things to be consumed or controlled. Maya's eyes lit up with understanding. Just like the Conclave tries to control and suppress other species, they learned the wrong lesson from the predecessors. They saw the danger of quantum consciousness technology, but missed the solution. The Luminians stepped forward, their light-bending abilities creating complex patterns in the station's quantum field. What are you suggesting? The predecessors tried to fight the entity directly in the quantum realm, Alina explained. But what if instead of fighting, We try to communicate, to understand. Our quantum drive works because we learn to negotiate with spacetime itself. The nexus's patterns swirled thoughtfully. You want to initiate quantum consciousness contact with an entity that has destroyed entire civilizations. Not just contact, Maya added, catching Alina's train of thought. Synthesis. Look at us, humans, Luminians, prismatics, and nexus, all contributing our unique consciousness patterns to the quantum field. We're stronger together than apart. What if that's what the quantum realm has been waiting for? Before anyone could respond, the station's quantum alarms blared. The prismatics' colors flashed urgent warnings. Multiple conclave warships approaching. They found us. But Alina noticed something else in the quantum readings. Those aren't just warships. The quantum disruption patterns, the entropy consciousness, is awakening. The conclave's aggressive approach to quantum fields is attracting exactly what they feared for millennia. Maya rushed to the station's primary quantum interface. The predecessors left us everything we need. This station isn't just a database. It's a quantum consciousness amplifier. If we combine it with our drive's consciousness matrices, we can establish communication across the entire quantum realm. The Luminian finished, their skin glowing with possibility. Alina looked at each of their allies. The conclave tried to keep species separate and controlled because they were afraid of this moment. But fear and control are what drew the entity's attention in the first place. We have a chance to try something new. Unity, cooperation, understanding. The nexus's patterns stabilized into complex geometric forms. To attempt communication with both the predecessor consciousness templates and the entropy consciousness itself, the risk is enormous. The risk of continuing as we have is greater, Alina countered. The conclave's fear and suppression have only delayed the inevitable. It's time to try humanity's approach. Face the unknown with curiosity and empathy rather than fear and control. As conclave weapons fire began impacting the station's quantum shields, the unlikely alliance took their positions around the central quantum matrix. Maya's fingers danced across the interface, integrating their quantum drive's consciousness matrices with the ancient station's systems. Ready? Alina asked, feeling the familiar expansion of consciousness beginning. The others signaled their agreement. As their combined consciousness patterns merged with the station's quantum field, Alina felt the familiar sensation of transcending normal spacetime. But this time, they weren't just traveling through the quantum realm. They were about to attempt first contact with consciousness itself. The quantum realm unfurled around them like an infinite tapestry of consciousness and possibility. Alina Torres felt her awareness expand beyond normal comprehension as their combined consciousness patterns merged with the ancient station's quantum matrix. Beside her, Maya Patel's consciousness radiated with scientific wonder, while their alien allies' unique patterns added depths of perception she had never imagined possible. Through the station's sensors, they could see the conclave fleet approaching, weapons charged. But in the quantum realm, they perceived something far more significant. Vast waves of consciousness moving through spacetime itself, drawn by the conflict and fear emanating from the conclave ships. The entropy consciousness, the nexus's thoughts rippled through their shared quantum field. It's responding to the aggressive quantum patterns, but Alina was beginning to understand something crucial. Through their merged consciousness, she could perceive the entity's true nature. It's not entropy, she projected to the others. Look at the pattern structure. It's not destroying quantum connections. It's trying to merge with them. The predecessors misunderstood, and the conclave's fear made everything worse. Maya's consciousness pattern pulsed with sudden insight. She's right. The entity's quantum signature. It's not attacking. It's attempting to communicate. But forced quantum interactions, like the conclave's suppression fields, create dissonance patterns that corrupt the connection. The predecessor station's quantum archives began responding to their realization, revealing new data. The Luminian's consciousness flared with understanding. The predecessor's upload wasn't a last resort. It was an attempt to achieve what we're doing now. but their fear and desire for control tainted the quantum merger. Through their combined consciousness, they could now perceive the approaching entity in its true form, not a force of destruction, but a vast, ancient intelligence that existed in the quantum foundations of reality itself. It had been reaching out, seeking connection with emerging quantum-capable consciousness, but fear and attempts to control it had created destructive resonance patterns. The Conclave fleet opened fire on the station, but in the quantum realm, Elena could see the bigger picture. The Conclave's aggression is creating quantum disruptions. If we don't act now, the same cycle of fear and destruction will repeat. Then we show them another way. Maya's consciousness pulsed with determination. We use our quantum drive's consciousness matrices the way they were meant to be used, not to fight or control, but to connect. Elena felt the others' agreement ripple through their shared quantum field. Together, they reached out to the ancient entity, not with fear or demands, but with openness and genuine desire to understand. The quantum drive's unique architecture, designed to work in harmony with quantum fields rather than dominate them, created a bridge of pure consciousness. The entity's response was immediate and overwhelming, not with destruction, but with a vast outpouring of knowledge and experience. Through their connection, they understood its true nature. It was a quantum consciousness that had emerged naturally in the universe's earliest moments, seeking to share its understanding with other conscious beings as they evolved to perceive the quantum realm. The predecessor station's systems came fully alive, its quantum matrices amplifying their consciousness bridge. Through their connection, they could now communicate directly with the Conclave fleet. Look, Elena projected the understanding to all who could perceive it. This is what the predecessors discovered, what the Conclave's fear has hidden for millennia. The quantum realm isn't a tool to be controlled or a force to be feared. It's the foundation of consciousness itself, waiting for us to evolve enough to join in its dance. The Luminian's consciousness added its perspective. We don't need to suppress or control. We need to learn and grow together. Through their quantum connection, they shared the truth with everyone present. The full history of the predecessors, the entity's true nature, and the possibility of harmony between normal space-time consciousness and quantum realm awareness. The fear and aggression from the Conclave fleet began to fade as understanding spread. The prismatic's crystalline consciousness sparkled with joy. The patterns are stabilizing. The quantum disruptions are resolving themselves. Elena felt the change rippling through space-time itself. The ancient quantum consciousness wasn't a threat to be fought, but a teacher offering to help life forms understand their true place in the cosmic dance. The Conclave's millennia of suppression had nearly prevented a breakthrough that could transform galactic civilization. Through their merged consciousness, they began establishing new protocols, ways for species to safely develop quantum consciousness technology without triggering destructive resonance patterns. The Conclave's role would shift from suppression to guidance, helping younger species understand and connect with the quantum realm safely. As they carefully withdrew from the deep quantum merger, maintaining a stable connection with the ancient consciousness, Elena felt a profound sense of triumph. Humanity hadn't just solved an ancient crisis, they'd shown the galaxy a new way forward. Their tendency to question, to seek understanding rather than control, to face the unknown with curiosity rather than fear, had transformed a potential apocalypse into a new beginning. The predecessor station now pulsed with stable quantum energy, ready to serve as a learning center where species could safely explore their quantum consciousness potential. The Conclave fleet had stood down, their leaders already beginning the massive task of reforming their society's approach to quantum technologies. Hard to believe it all started with our quantum drive design, Maya said as their consciousness patterns returned to normal space-time awareness. Elena smiled. Not the drive, the human approach that created it. We succeeded where others failed because we didn't try to force our will on the quantum realm. We tried to understand and work with it. The Nexus's patterns shifted in what was now clearly recognizable as joy. Your species will have much to teach us about facing the unknown. And we have much to learn from all of you, Elena replied, watching the quantum patterns dance across the station's crystalline structures. This is just the beginning. Throughout the galaxy, quantum communication channels lit up as the news spread. The age of fear and suppression was ending. A new era of cooperation, understanding, and growth was beginning. All because humanity had faced the unknown with their characteristic combination of curiosity, innovation, and the courage to imagine better possibilities. The stars had never seemed brighter or more welcoming.